Good evening, my fellow nerds. We are D2, 2 minutes to take off here. Tonight we will be taking off from Vunkovo, Russia, and touring over the streets of Moscow. This is going to be a daytime flight until I get a little bit more comfy. However, we're going to make this interesting and put a little snow on the ground. Just because. Yeah, just because. Nice light snow, though, on the ground. No actual precipitation. Only 3 inches, so nothing major to deal with. A little bit more fun in takeoff. And make Moscow look a little bit prettier, I think. We'll see. Thanks for joining us here today. It didn't put the snow. What the hell? Okay. Well, whatever. Let's see what we can find here. Now, as you can see, Russia is laid out very similarly to that of Washington, D.C., in the regards that it does have a full beltway around its city. Now, we are taking off from Vunkovo, which is actually also the primary my understanding is it's the primary facility for Tupolev aircrafts. Right now we are about 10 miles outside the city. We got a little bit of cruise to get into the city. You can see some of the of Moscow's version of suburbia. And I'd say that was an on-time departure. My airspeed is not too high. I don't know what that is, but that looks cool. Looks like a fun little dirt track. As we brake, we can see that Moscow skyline already. Oh, snap. No wonder I can't see my instruments fully. There we go. That's more like it. Let's see what's going on here in the Bunkovo district. And as you can see, Moscow, while it is in the center, even its suburbs are towering. They have really built up vertically more so than anything. And meanwhile, you see all this forest below us. I don't buy that it's all forest. I think it's just a cover for Russian operatives. Shit. I got to be careful about what I say. They just charged a feminist with justifying terrorism, which in my mind is just like the same as a person like saying 9/11 was a hoax. You know, it's just insane to think about some of the things that the Kremlin's done. And then uh, they have added a poet to the most wanted list. A poet. What? And I think this one's kind of even more comical than anything. They have charged. Oh, actually, top it all off. Both those women that they charged, that they're charging with crimes, they had previously exiled them to various other countries. They literally threw them out of the country and then said, "Yeah, we're going to charge with this on top." How does that even work? You exiled them to countries where you've got no extradition, and meanwhile, want them back to charge them with more shit? Okay. While these buildings do look pretty here in game, I had a feeling these are kind of like Chicago's projects or LA's projects. Went a little bit overboard on that banking. I got to figure out what in the hell this building is. This looks creepy as shit. What is this? This is Moscow State University towering here in front of us. So this is where they teach their top level scientists how to create nuclear bombs and shit. And you see the elegance though in the design. While the building's purpose is rather, well, shall we say nefarious, the construct is quite beautiful in and of itself. skim the river. Let's see what the river rock looks like. Mostly industrial through here. Those Ruskies do make some damn good vodka. And I'll give them the missiles front, too. Highly effective in scaring the shit out of anybody. I really got to hand it to them, though. They really do, as a city, have a lot of parkland. Or what seems to be natural spaces. See if we could thread the needle through downtown here. This is, by and large, probably one of the tightest downtown areas I think I've ever seen, though. Like, physically speaking. Like, and it's literally just the 10 structures there, too. And like I said, coming into this broadcast, I have no clue. Prior to today, I've never flown through Moscow. Uh, like I've seen pictures of it in history books and some of the sites and landmarks. You know, St. Catherine's, the Kremlin, and shit like that. But never did I imagine any of this. Watch, I'm gonna wake up in the morning and have a wanted poster out in Russia for being a fucking spy. Oh wow. Almost hit the spire. Oops. Oop. Hold on. I gotta regain control of my aircraft here. Ah, there we go. God damn, who the fuck keeps texting me? Anytime the Ruskies spend money on a major road, it tells me it leads someplace important to them. Ah, shit. There we go. Whew. What the fuck? I told you turn left, you piece of fuck. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can get this restarted. Nope, not gonna do it. I think I might want to have a little bit heavier of a plane just to avoid shit like that happening again. Okay, let's try this again. We're to stay in the cockpit on this run. Right now, Moscow is kind of in a bit of a shitstorm, literally. Uh, Apparently, the Ukrainian hacker group Blackjack hacked them and hacked their central or one of the companies that manages their sewage systems, and they basically shut down all their all the like 87,000 sensors, which those sensors um, control basically the way poop flows. And because of this, well, Russia's all stopped up. Um, Additionally, they deleted about 30 terabytes of data, including email addresses, including phone numbers, even contracts got deleted, and giant shitstorm, literally, across the board. And then, meanwhile, top it all off, they took down this company's emergency call systems. So, in short, your toilet gets backed up. Naturally, you're going to call the sewage company and be like, "Hey, what the fuck? I need a plumber out here. Come on, take care of this." Because in Russia there are no such thing as private businesses. Everything is owned by the state, and in turn, you don't get an option of who your plumber is like we do here. Okay, we send Zelensky out. He be there 20 minutes fix. But you can't get through to the septic company because their telephone system's fucked up. And meanwhile, your toilet's entirely stopped up because the sensor thinks that the valve in front is full and won't let the shit go anywhere, so it backs up into your house. So it is really a shitty, shitty situation for the people there in Moscow right now. All right, so what's going to be great? What's going to be the over under for tonight's number of crashes? Last night in Rio, we suffered a total of 4 crashes, including one right there at the end of last night's broadcast. I think tonight we've already had one, and we're only 15 minutes in. So we are on pace to do it again tonight. Hopefully, I only bust up 3 planes at most. Hopefully, only 2. I don't know. I gotta say though, for as ugly of the people of, or not even the people. Sorry, I about misspoke there. For about as ugly as the country and the political system and the way the government is run in Russia, for as ugly as it is, the country itself, or at least Moscow itself, is pretty darn beautiful. But then again, I feel like Russia is just like one of those really pretty girls on TikTok. You see it, and you're like, "Oh my god, dude, she's so hot." Oh, dude. And then meanwhile, it turns out she's batshit crazy. I feel like that's Russia. Whoa, oop, little low for that telephone tower. Oh well, we're still alive. Wait, was that the telephone tower, or was that Putin shooting missiles at me? Obviously, the NHL season here in the United States is coming to a close, which means that the KHL is going to be back in action here soon over here in Russia. I don't know what the K in KHL stands for. I assume HL stands for Hockey League. But we all know that it results in one thing, and that is gratuitous amounts of vodka consumption. Several former, several Russian players that play within the NHL have already said, based upon the current climate, that they will not be returning to Russia to partake in this season, in this KHL season. And I can't say I really blame them because, like like I said, I mean there aren't any truly private businesses in Russia, and that includes hockey teams, that includes professional sports teams, and that means if you are, you know, and this is merely implied, I could be wrong on this, but if you are a player, even you work for the Kremlin, you work for the Russian government, and that means you're at their whim. The Kremlin tells you to throw a game because whatever political figure has money out on the game and they need you to throw it, you throw it or you wind up dead. Now, as much as I sit here and on my high horse, 5,000 miles away, 10,000 miles away, whatever the hell it is, to Moscow from Greensboro, North Carolina. Um, my condolences do go out to uh, to the people of Moscow. Uh, just a few weeks ago, the rock group Picnic was having a concert there in Moscow, and they were in fact attacked. A mass shootout did ensue at the show. There were about 6,000 people in attendance. They were attacked by uh, I want to get the name of the group right, and obviously I'm in a little bit tight quarters to go look it up right now, but they were attacked by IS, and there were the article I read said a total of 145 dead and more than 500 injured, which the people of Russia are not the ones committing these atrocities in Ukraine. This is entirely the doings of the government of Russia, in my opinion. And they're simply they're along for the ride just like us. And in turn, you know, their people can become victims very quickly as well. Um, so my heart goes out to the families that were impacted by that devastating attack. Meanwhile, on that note, my heart also goes out to those that have lost their lives in the Ukrainian conflict as a result of their government and its actions. That's one thing that I've learned about myself is in just in doing these little snippets is that no matter where in the world I go, I'm always for the people. We're coming up now over, I guess this is the Beltway, the outer extremities of Moscow. I'm just waiting for my plane to, and I know my plane's not technology effective enough to be able to do this. Just sitting here in a little Cessna 150. I'm just waiting for it to go missile defense system engaged. Missiles locked. I don't know why that sounded so sexy coming out of my mouth. Missile defense systems locked. Why? Why, Sean? Why? Well, we are 40 minutes in now, and we've still only lost the one plane. Hell yeah. Whoa. That was almost two. Whoa. What is that off in the distance? Oh, just more buildings. Another cutesy little district. Let's see what's up here. I'll give you one more view, and we're going to cut through downtown Moscow one more time. As we make our way back towards the airport. And I did not think this one through. We are flying straight into the sun. And we hope you'll join us again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be flying over. Where are we going to be flying over? We're going to be flying over Manila, Philippines. That's going to be tomorrow night, 9, 8 Central, 6 Pacific, 5 Hawaiian, 2 a.m. UTC. We are here every single night of the week because we're nerds. Now, obviously, this these UrbanEx videos, these are not designed to be true tourism videos. Okay. And just for full disclosure, if you want more information about a city, I encourage you to look it up. Right now, while there are not any American airlines that actually fly in and out of Russia, that doesn't stop you from going there. The U.S. does have a State Department, you know, recommendation of staying out of there due to the political unrest, but they're not saying you can't go. But meanwhile, I hope these videos do at least help to give you a general vibe of just what you're getting yourself into. With Moscow, here's the vibe that I read is that we are a country of hardworking motherfuckers that like to work hard and play harder. Our government is covered in pieces of shit. And while we're aware of it, we do have to stay silent to keep our lives intact. And so I'm fairly certain that if you were to go there, you would have a respectable time. But know this that you would also face the scrutiny of being an American in a place where Americans are not exactly the most beloved creatures on the planet right now. And I really have to say, Vladimir Putin has proven himself to be the equivalent of a modern day Fidel Castro, keeping people oppressed, keeping language suppressed, keeping opinions suppressed. And I cannot wait for the day when Russia is a free state. You know, everyone cheered when the USSR fell. Didn't fall, just changed its name. I'm going to cut over into the approach pattern here. I hope you all enjoyed our time here in Moscow. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night. Coming to you from Manila, Philippines. Then on Friday night, it will not be UrbanEx on the air, but we will begin our voyage in exploring the world at 3,000 feet. As we make a trek from Fairbanks, Alaska, down to Seattle, Tacoma, at just north of 3,000 feet, right around 3,000 feet, anyways. All the way down, and we will be following the Pacific coast from Alaska on down. We're gonna set that up to January as well, so you guys get the full glacial effect, get the full snowfall effect. Thanks for joining us on tonight's flight, guys. We are almost to the gate. If you feel like taking your seatbelts off, that's fine. I don't give a shit. This isn't a real flight. In fact, we're just going to park it right over here in the middle of nowhere and let you deboard the plane this way. Alrighty. Thanks again for joining us, folks. We will see you again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UTC, 6 p.m. Pacific. God only knows where else y'all are turning in from. Have a great rest of your night.